All right, I've created the best way to do research on eBay. We have gone to the sold category above $100, and we've collected large to smallest. And we're going to be going for the brand Supreme today. We got 7,052 solds and 36,000 listed. Supreme is one of the best. I call it called streetwear, athletic leisure categories. This is generally younger people. It does have a lot of sales above $100 plus, but that volume right there of 25,000 listeds tells me that there's a lot of stuff that is simply just overpriced. People believe they have something that is worth $300, $500, and they may actually get it sold, but there's too much competition. The market is flooded with this stuff, and I want to try and go in and find out what's actually selling well. So we're going to type in Supreme up here at the top, and we're going to keep with that. And so overall, we actually have pretty decent sell through between $0 and $35 and 1,426 listed with 1,615, 1,426 solds with 1,615 listed. Above that, the volume actually stays pretty much the same for solds, but the listed goes up, and the up here at the top end range with 25,000 listed above $100 plus. That's just not the right. That's not the right answer for me. Pre-owned T-shirts. I picked up another brand right here. We'll skip that for now. There's decent sell-through between $0 and $35 for Supreme. You got 1,260 solds with 1,400 listed. Volume goes down as you go up in price, but that is still 409 solds above $100. But that is a 7.12% sell-through rate. Given there's so many listed here and so few solds, you may find a few styles that are actually worth keeping and selling in this category, but you want to make sure to find out what those really are. Supreme is also a highly faked category. There's a lot of counterfeits for Supreme, so you want to make sure you actually know more than pretty much everybody else in what the brand tags and what the actual styles are supposed to be. If you do not know that, this is a very dangerous category to be selling in. Given that there's so many listed in the higher end range and so many that are just obviously counterfeit to somebody who actually knows what they're looking at, a lot of this competition here up in the higher end category is going to be stuff that isn't worth buying in the first place. So make sure you have what is actually real. We're in the pre-owned button-ups. That's 116 solds above $100, but that is a 7.2% sell-through rate. $35 to $60, we got 113 lists and 56 solds for a 50 or 49% sell-through rate. So there is some good sales here in the pre-owned button-ups, but you're probably going to want to stay away from it. Pre-owned polos, the polos actually do well. $0 to $35, it is a bit of a bailout category. 7 sold, 0 listed, and $35 to $60, we have 116% sell-through rate with 14 sold and 12 listed. $60 to $100, we got 31 solds and 40 listed. 77% sell-through rate. $100 plus, we got 17 solds and 130 listed. 13.08% sell-through rate. There is still some solds, 100% or $100 plus, but that 130 listed is probably too much competition to really get you sold reliably. I would not try to price mine above $600 to $100. Dress shirts. Honestly, Supreme is not really known for their button-ups or their dress shirts. They do have some volume here in dress shirt category, but honestly, if you have a button-up shirt from Supreme, you're going to want to put it into the button-up category, just the casual button-ups. Coats and jackets. There is some volume here. You get 761 solds with 6,000 listed. That is 641 solds above $100 with 5,934 listed. That's a 10% sell-through rate. This is a lot of people believing they have a holy grail of coats and jackets, but it's simply not worth that amount of money. Do not be afraid. If you pick up a Supreme hoodie or Supreme jacket for $5 to $15, $20, do not shoot for the moon. List it for between $60 and $100 and get it sold. Suits, they don't make suits, at least not on eBay. Supreme for pre-owned jeans. You can find them. They do have pretty good sell-through, but there's not a lot of volume. Above $100, there's 388 listed and 76 sold for a 20% sell-through rate. Not quite good enough. But if you drop it between $60 and $100, that sell-through rate jumps up, and you also have a lot less competition. Pre-owned sweaters. There's not a lot of volume here. It's 153 solds with 1,334 listed. Above $100, you only got 80 sold with 1,158 listed. Still, this is so many people just trying to overprice the item. Uh, if you have something that you think is worth $150 for Supreme, there's a pretty good chance it will not sell for that price. It may be worth an amount eventually, but you're probably going to want to just get it sold anyways and get it out of your inventory. Drop it down to between $35 and $60. You have a lot less competition, and you get the item sold. Pre-owned pants, no data. Shorts. The shorts actually do seem to do pretty well. $0 to $35, 17 sold and 6 listed, and $35 to $60, it is 34 sold and 29 listed. Those are both pretty good sell-through rates. You can probably try to squeeze a little bit more money out of it between $60 and $100. You got 45 sold and 69 listed with 65% sell-through rate. $100 plus, you got 63 solds. It's still pretty good volume. It's actually the highest amount of solds, but you got 386 listed for a 16% sell-through rate. So there is sales to be made. There may be a few specific styles in here that are selling well above the rest. Try and find out what those are if they do exist. The pre-owned swimwear, there's not a whole lot of volume here, but they do seem to sell. Move on to activewear. Activewear is too broad to take too many specifics out, so let's go to hoodies. Hoodies and sweatshirts is going to be the meat and potatoes of Supreme. Supreme is pretty much known for hoodies and sweatshirts, and I think sweatpants. It's mainly streetwear and stuff like that. You can find some activewear pants as well, but hoodies and sweatshirts is where you're going to find the real money for Supreme. It is still pretty blown out, above $100 plus. You got 807 sold, which is pretty good volume, but there's 6,227 listed. That is a lot of competition. And unless you have the very specific styles, I'd say probably the newest, most popular styles, and maybe some few like older styles that just sell well throughout over time. That's 807 solds to go through and find out what those are, but you're going to be stuck with a lot of competition to deal with. The fastest way to get yours sold first is to just drop the price. In order to do that, you want to try and not buy this stuff for $40. Don't pick this stuff up for $50 hoping to make $150 the next week. It will not happen that way unless you got the really good styles. That does happen. It can happen. Don't think you're not immune to it. You can find the good stuff on a good day. But just being able to have the wiggle room to drop the price without losing your profit is so important. Make sure you're not overspending on your inventory. Below $60, you have it jumps up to above 100% sell-through rate, pretty much across the board, and with a pretty good amount of volume between $35 and $60. Pre-owned activewear tops, we have pretty good sell-through rate across the board, all the way up to 100%. We drop down to 14% sell-through again, with 654 listed. Always a lot of competition above $100 for Supreme. We go down to about 50% sell-through between $60 and $100, and 19 sold and 25 listed between $35 and $60. Pre-owned activewear pants, that's pretty good sell-through across the board. That's actually 26%. We're almost scratching at something that could be considered a decent sell-through rate for above $100 plus. 48 sold and 181 listed. It's not horrible. Considering a lot of the stuff was like near 7% sell-through rate before, you can probably go into this category and look for some brands or some styles that sell better than others. However, we do have 100% sell-through plus across the board underneath $100. $60 to $100, we got 49 sold and 34 listed. That's pretty good volume. I would say if you find something in the activewear pants for Supreme, you're going to want to price it between $60 and $100. It's good money. Activewear jackets, not a lot listed here. Honestly, this would be stuff like polyester stretch jackets and stuff like that. Not really what Supreme is known for. There are some listed here and some sold. It could also be that people are categorizing their full zip hoodies as activewear jackets because they count as a jacket with a zipper. Honestly, you should just price them in the hoodies. You should categorize them in the hoodies. Activewear shorts, not a whole lot of volume here, but they do sell well. Do not price them above $100. It's only one sold with 32 listed. But if you go down between $60 to $100, it's 10 sold and 8 listed. You're good to go. Tracksuits, they do sell them. They are not popular. You do get 8 sold above $100 with 16 listed. That actually isn't horrible sell-through. So if you find a full set tracksuit, you could pick it up, but you want to make sure you're being careful. We have actually 0 solds with 1 listed, 1 sold, 0 listed, and 0, 0 and 0 between 0 and 35. So if you pick up a tracksuit set, I would say probably priced between $60 and $100, and it should sell really quick. Sleep-earned robes, nothing in there. Clothing for women's, looks like they actually do have a few pieces selling in the t-shirt category. $0 to $35, that's 0 listed, 9 sold. That's almost no volume. Just going to speed through here. Dresses, coats and jackets, jeans, pants. Oh, there's a little bit in activewear. We actually have almost none sold for hoodies and sweatshirts. Activewear pants, not looking good. And that's it. Supreme is mainly a women's brand. All right, just as a recap, the main takeaway from Supreme, I would say, is that you're going to want to make sure that you are not overpricing your items. Given that there's so much competition for this brand, do not overprice it. You want the item sold. You do not want to have a museum of items in your store. All right, thank you.